Hey everybody, welcome back. So just wanted to give you the heads up on some titles going out of print from Scream Factory, plus an official announcement of an upcoming title I am excited about and specs of another title that I am also excited about. So first up, several titles have gone out of print and are going out of print with Scream Factory. A lot of them have to do with their license with MGM. Now that's kind of tied up in some weird legal thing because first off, that license was only good for I think 7 years or something like that. Actually, could have been longer than that now that I think about it. But I mean, the fact of the matter is that license was going to expire one way or the other. It gets a little bit more complicated because obviously MGM, which was previously owned by 20th Century Fox, is now owned, I believe, could be wrong about this, I think by Disney, because Disney bought 20th Century Fox, so I don't know whether or not the MGM deal was involved in that or not. Must admit, I don't know the details. Now, what's happening though with also a lot of other titles that I'm noticing is, and this is happening across the board, there's a lot of sort of licenses and ownerships that are either expiring or dissolving and are being either reverted back to their original company or someone else is buying them. It gets very, very complicated. So for example, Scream Factory obviously recently announced two steelbooks, new steelbooks coming out in October with Motel Hell and Pumpkinhead, and of course, as far as I know, those are still MGM titles. So not every MGM title that they own is obviously going to be lost in this licensing deal. So I mean, I don't know whether or not those two titles just reverted back to like their original owner or producer or whatever. I don't know. It gets complicated. Anyway, either way, these titles are going out of print from Scream Factory, and they are the Carrie Collector's Edition, the Child's Play Collector's Edition. Both versions have escaped from New York. Their original release as well as the Steelbook, the Mad Max Collector's Edition, the Manhunter Collector's Edition, as well as their Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 Collector's Edition. So basically, as of September of this year, those titles will no longer be officially licensed by Scream Factory anymore. So any remaining stock that is out there, whether or not it's from them or on any retailer site, that's pretty much all there's going to be. Now, luckily, these are popular titles. So, I mean, at some point, somebody else will pick them up and do new editions. Now, that can be good or bad. I mean, on the plus side, you can get new transfers and new extras and all kinds of, special editions, maybe some 4K releases, you never know. But then other times you can get almost like a bare bones release. But if any of those you were interested in picking up and haven't yet, obviously now is probably the time. Next up is a new title coming from Blue Underground. Now, I did mention before that they were working on this, but they basically have sort of made the official announcement, even though there isn't a release date yet, but that is that they are doing a new 4K release of William Lustig's Vigilante. I'm super excited for this. I mean, basically, as soon as they started announcing that they were doing 4K releases, I was hoping Vigilante was going to be one of them at some point. Now, details are still in the works as well as a release date, and I'm hoping there will be a soundtrack album with it as well, because to my knowledge, a soundtrack has never been released, and I would love to have some of the music bits that Jay Chataway did. But they did at least announce specifics as far as it is getting a brand new restoration from the original camera negative, which is great. It is going to be Dolby Vision HDR, and it is going to have a new Dolby Atmos track as well. And it does say that it's going to have all of the pre-existing extras as well as some new ones. And it just says it's coming later this year. So definitely, I know I'm keeping an eye out for that. And then finally, one I have been waiting for a very long time for, and that is Kino is finally releasing Deepstar 6. I've wanted a release of this for so long. I mean, some of you may not know this, but it's like it only got a DVD release, and it was only a full screen version, at least in the US anyway. It only got a full screen version DVD. It never got a widescreen DVD, never got obviously a previous Blu-ray release. I know it's gotten released in Europe, but never a US release. So this is actually the first time it's getting released, at least on disc, in its original aspect ratio. And while it's not going to have any new extras as far as I can tell, it is porting over some pre-existing ones that were done for, again, I think some of those releases that were done in Europe. And that includes an audio commentary with, for example, Sean S. Cunningham, the director, who also did Friday the 13th. Featurette featurette on the makeup effects with Greg Nicotero and Robert Kurtzman, a featurette on composer Harry Manfredini's score, an original electronic press kit, an extended vintage interview clips, behind-the-scenes footage, the trailer and TV spot, as well as an image gallery. It is going to have a limited edition O-card, which is basically like a slipcover. We'll have reversible cover art, and that is due out October 13th. So again, another one I am very, very excited about. So I just want to give you the heads up on the Scream Factory titles going out of print, and obviously because I'm just quick details on these other upcoming titles. So definitely let me know your thoughts, and I will see you on the next one.